Hi guys, Archie Luxury on the Archie Luxury Paul Pluta channel. I'm doing a paid review for Robbie. This is paid review 20A18, 20A18, and I'm wearing a Patek Philippe 5196. The J, which is the yellow gold. I absolutely love this little critter. Okay, let's jump straight in. Hi Archie, hope all is well with you and yours. I've just sent you $50 for a paid review. Attached is a letter and pictures. Thanks. I do have a question. Can you comment on your thoughts on the Rolex 50th red line Mark 1 dial? I think he's talking about the Sea Dweller. The dial itself with no crowns between Swiss and made. It was only available in 2017 for the first year, is my understanding. What do you want me to say? What do you want me to say? What do you want me to say? And I got to be completely frank and honest with you. How many times have I heard people say to me, this Rolex is special. It's a they name it and say this one here has got this special dial, it's got this little idiosyncrasy. Believe you me, it's not quite as valuable as you think. It's not quite as valuable. What do I think? Well, it's a great watch. It's a great watch. It didn't say it's terrible, but you know, too many people they have too much expectation on it, and there are a number of little differences between the two. The on the dial itself, Mark 1, Mark 2, you've got how they've got the 1220 meters, the 1 in the 12. That's a small little thing. Instead of a straight stick on the Mark 1, the Mark 2 has a little divot. And of course the big thing is it says Swiss made, whereas the later one says Swiss Rolex crown made. To be completely frank and honest, if I have permission to be frank and honest, sir, big fucking deal. Big fucking deal. There are so many idiosyncrasies. Is it a little... Well, it's cool. It's a cool story, but it doesn't really make it that... much more valuable. These things, you get too caught up. People get too caught up. I've known people who've had like I had a friend who had a Batman which ended in 888. Okay, those ones are normally sold in Hong Kong. Is it worth thousands more? The dealer who bought it, he didn't pay any more than he would for a normal one. So, not really, but it's cool. It's very cool. There's so many idiosyncrasies. There's virtually hundreds of variations on these watches. I don't think it's going to make it that special. The watch is too modern. They've made far too fucking many. I mean, with 1 year's production, let's look at it. Rolex makes 1 million watches a year, supposedly. And if you break that down, they probably made 50,000. That ain't fucking rare. Look at Patek. They make 50,000 watches a year. 50,000 mechanical watches, I should say. And they may make 5,000. That's still not even that rare. See, this is the whole thing. People get the wrong idea of this, and it's the problem is people think they're worth fortune more. Not really. There's hundreds of variations. Is it that valuable? remains to be seen. It really remains to be seen. Now, he sent me an email. Let's read this. Hello, Pontiff. This is Rodney, and I live in Houston, Texas. I'm in my early 60s and I work in oil and gas field. Fuck, that'd be bad now. I am late to watch collecting. I started in 2016. My first watch was a two-tone Raymond wheel Tango, and I thought, yeah, my first Swiss watch. But that was before the Pontiff, BP, before Pontiff. Then I discovered you and the ocean parted. Holy shit, I bought a shitter to be continued. Collecting has always been a part of the makeup. In the 80s, I dabbled with 1960s comic books and toys. In the 90s, it was guitars and finally a game called Pluta, electronic football, which I co-authored 3 books on the subject. Amazon shameless promo. Anyhow, in the 2000s, I sold my toys and comic collection and turned that into a rental beach house in Galveston, which I kept for 10 years. I was looking for the next thing to collect, and that day came when I walked into a jewelry store and saw the Raymond wheel Tango. It whispered to me. Again, I knew nothing about watches, only that it said Swiss made, so I bought it. I was hooked. I knew of Rolex, but not its history nor place in the world of watches, so like anything that one collects, I naturally began to do research on the subject, and that's how I found you. I really enjoy your channel from day one. I begin to take all the passion and locally and started visiting all the watch shops in Houston and connecting with the salespeople, and I began to learn about proper watches and made a list of the pieces I truly wanted. And like all things I've collected before, waited till an opportunity developed. And I think especially with Rolex, I've been very lucky. So here is how it went. Okay, top left. Number 1, Mark 1 Rolex Redline Sea Dweller 43. Bought it from the AD, 11,300, MSRP 2017. New. I love it. It's stunning. And yes, I'm in the camp that loves Cyclopses. Number 2, Rolex Polar Explorer 2. Bought it. What does he say here? Bought it, Rolex Explorer 2. Bought it new from another AD 2019. MSRP 8,100. Just before the craziness hit with the Polar. They were putting it out on display one Friday morning when I walked in and I nabbed it. Number 3, Datejust 2. This was from an individual on eBay, 9,500, who bought it in 2014 and put it in the bank still with stickers. I bought it from him, had it checked out with my jeweler. Absolutely love the Wimbledon dial. It pops. Number 4, Rolex Pepsi. This was my last purchase. Purchase to 2020 February. MSRP. Same AD that I bought the Polar from last January. I am not a whale. In fact, I had to sell guitars to buy many of my pieces, but I am here to tell you they knew I loved watches and established a very good relationship with them, even though I only purchased one piece from them a year earlier. This past February, I got the call. I could not believe it. Number 5, the Moonwatch. Just bought secondhand from a local dealer. Large box, full kit, 2,500. Back in 2018. Number 6, Pam 617, new Joma Shop, 2018. 6,500. I love the micro rotor titanium piece. That and the brown dial screams Panerai. Number 7, Breitling Super Ocean pre-owned, full kit, 2,650. 2017. And finally, my Seiko Paddy Turtle jewelry store closeout, $200. This piece I wear. I am still working outside or at the gym. I'm very happy with what I have. Thought I am going still on the list for the Hulk. I'm in no hurry and I'm enjoying putting them in full rotation, what I have. And when the Hulk comes, it'll be in the rotation. So what do you think of my collection? What would you add? I'm also considering down the road a Breguet Type 21 big flyback, big fan of the dial and numerals, a JLC Reverso and a Rolex Z Blue Milgauss. Let me know what you think. As always, keep up the good work. Again, thanks for all the great vids. Stay all the best and stay safe. Rodney from Houston. Thank you. So we've got a very nice little collection here. I got to tell you, I love someone who goes into the hobby. And, you know, this is the whole thing. You don't have to just keep one hobby forever. You can sell a few pieces off. Many years ago, I was into steam toys. I've still got my Mammoth and Molesco steam toys. I had them as a kid, but I bought a lot more as an adult at secondhand prices. I had Hornby O-gauge clockwork train sets, and I sold a lot off. I mean, they haven't actually done well financially, to be honest, but I miss them. They were still cool. I sold a lot off after I had a marital indiscretion, and I just did some crazy spending of stupidity. And then after the Hornbys, I've had watches, you know, they've come and gone. I've had a lot of Rolex. Now I'm into the Pateks. So, hey, the hobby, it pays. You know, you don't have to, it's like a currency, and you can put it in. You got to, my view with collecting is you've got to have some love for the pieces. You've got to love them. You've got to buy things that make you happy. Life's too short, man, to be fucking miserable. Okay, so let's have a look at Rudy's collection. Rudy, it's fucking Rudy. Okay, so let me have a sticky beak here. I've got the printout, but I like to have a look. It's hard for me to visualize when it's not in. I mean, I didn't print this out in color because it's fucking it's too expensive. I got to keep my costs down, fuckers. Okay, so what do I think there? Okay, this is good. Okay, the Sea Dweller, the Red Sea Dweller, the Mark 1, big fucking deal. It's a Mark 1. Okay, I know it's good. It is kind of cool, but I'm sorry, I don't know if it's gonna make that much. That's still a very cool watch. Enjoy it. It's a great watch. The Polar Explorer 2 42mm. That's a fucking cool watch. I love the two-tone Datejust with the Wimbledon dial. That's the grey with the green Romans at Wimbledon because it's the clock at Wimbledon. Okay, that's the famous tennis place, tennis court in England. Then you've got the Pepsi. Fucking hell, man! You got a Pepsi. Fuck, the Pepsi is absolutely beautiful. You got the Speedy Amiga Man on the Moon. You've got the Pam. Pam is cool. You got the Super Ocean. It's a heritage. It's a heritage. Yes, on the shark mesh. And finally, the Seiko Patty Turtle. Okay, so what do I think? So let's have a look there. What do I think? I think it is absolutely beautiful. You got a gorgeous collection. I love it all. Sports. Man, what the fuck do you need to really add there? You don't need to add nothing. You got the Sea Dweller, which I love. I think that's a beautiful. I know I didn't say the Mark 1 was shit, but I'm just saying I don't think that really makes it so much more valuable than a Mark 2. Wait and see, but it's too they made too many of all this shit. I love the Polar. So those are two Rolexes. Ding ding tick tick. The Datejust. So you've got a very serious diver. You've got a GMT function watch, and you've got a dress watch in the two-tone Datejust. And thank God it's a fucking modern one. It's not a fucking small Datejust 2. So that's going to be. I reckon that's got more potential of being really wanted than the Mark 1 dial Sea Dweller. And then you've got a fucking Pepsi. I mean, man, that's money in the bank. And then you've got some nice stuff to go with that. You've got the Amiga Speedmaster Man on the Moon. You've got the Pan. These are very iconic models. Very iconic. You're not going to lose money having the icons. You got a Breitling Super Ocean. I love the blue. Fuck, the blue pops. And I think that's think that's not the ceramic one. That's the aluminum bezel, which I think is better. And you got the Seiko. Well, Seiko. Let's not even talk about the fucking Seiko. Seiko's garbage, but everyone needs a shitter. Now, I think if you can get a Hulk, hey, if you can get a Hulk, go for it. If you can get a Hulk, why not? Why not? Pull the fucking trigger. If you can get a Hulk, yes. You don't need a Hulk. You've already got you've got some beautiful dive watches, but just remember, they may be dive watches, but you need to check the seals every 12 months to make sure they will still work. I know some people who've used Rolex sea dwellers into the ocean. They haven't checked the seals and they let water in. So always remember that. I got to tell you there, the Hulk would be a great. So what do you think of the collection? It's amazing. It's beautiful. You've got all your bases covered. What would you add? Look, I don't think you need to add anything. Okay, there's nothing. You don't have to add absolutely fucking anything. Why do you need to add? That's absolutely beautiful collection. Absolutely, you got 4 fucking heavy hitting Rolexes, and you've got 3. Okay, the Seiko's garbage. Okay, I mean, but the other 3, they're nice. What would I add? Okay, so. I think you've got an amazing collection. That's the thing I love about Rodney is that he's not some rich fuck who just, buys what he's fucking had to sacrifice. He sold guitars. Selling guitars, that's a hard decision. That's a fucking hard decision to do, to sell a guitar to buy watches. You got to be fucking, serious about your hobby. Okay, so I am considering down the road a Breguet Type 21. I prefer the Type 20. Type 21 is the bigger one. I don't like the dial, how it's done. Very good buy second hand. The Type 20 is a bargain. Again, the Type 20 has a column wheel, doesn't have a column wheel chronograph. It's a cams chronograph. I know the 22 has a column wheel. I think the Type 21 has a column wheel. Just a higher grade chronograph. I don't know if you need it. Yeah, Breguet would be cool. Breguet would be actually a Breguet would be fucking cool. Yes, that could be your horology piece because you're not going to buy a fucking Aquanaut or an Aquanaut or a Nautilus. That's fucking expensive. You don't want to do that. A JLC reverse, of course. I'd tribute to 1931, or just make sure you get a big grand size because if it's too small, you're not going to enjoy it. And then as a Milgauss Z Blue, of course. Absolutely. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. I think you've got a great collection. I think, honestly, people who've had to struggle to build their collection, they understand it. They understand it. And I get that with Rodney. He's not just some spoilt fuck. He's in the oil and gas field. Fuck me, Dad. That's a hard business now. The thing is, his collection is good enough. He doesn't need to add anything. He can stop. He can stop and say, hey, I don't need any more. Or he can add more. It's up to him. I think he's got a beautiful collection. Most people in the world will never, ever have a collection like that. That is a fucking beautiful collection. And good on him. Good on him, man. He's enjoying life. He's living the American dream. And that's what we want to do. And I've done the same thing. I've had help. Look, I sold a bit of Louis Vuitton, okay? This coronavirus came. I sold 2 briefcases. I sold my Adios Tiger one, and I sold my Epi Green Diplomat. I sold them. Why did I sell them? I needed the fucking money, and it meant that I didn't have to sell one of my Pateks. Because, we've got coronavirus on. I'm fucking scared. Everything's gone to shit. I wanted to get a bit of cash in. So I got to be honest with you. I fucking understand you 100%. I understand. I sold this baby, and I got to be honest with you. I'm actually pleased. Look, it's fate. The guy, he was a cool guy. I didn't rip him off. He said to me, he gave me $1,000 deposit. He said, you can keep it, Arch. I said, look, I'll give you half back. I'm not a cunt. I don't fucking try and fuck him over. I said, look, man, I understand, man. It's fuck. This coronavirus is an absolute bitch. I understand exactly. I understand, man. I understand. So, I like someone who's loves the hobby to sacrifice. That means a lot. So, I gotta say I love it. I don't think you need to add anything, but a Brigade Type 21? Yes. I reckon that would fucking suit it. Yeah, actually forget the Type 20. Forget the shit that I said about the Type 20. Type 21 is cool. The JLC reverser, yes, just make sure you get a big size. You don't want a little one. You want a big, because all your watches are fairly big fuckers. And the Z Blue, fuck, I love the Z Blue. The Z Blue is fucking gorgeous. That's it. I think you're done. I don't think you want a paddock like this. You don't want a little, well, this is not so little. This is a 37 mil paddock. I don't think you want one of those. It's just not your genre. You like, that's, I love your choices. Your choices are cool. There's nothing wrong with that at all. Beautiful collection. Beautiful hobby. It keeps you, man, you got to buy things that make you happy. This is what are we here for? What the fuck are we here for? Why are we here? Why do we exist? What is the meaning of life? We want to be happy. I want to be happy. I don't want to fucking be miserable. I don't want to marry some bitch and I can't fucking do anything. I want to be happy. That's what I want. I want happiness. Happiness. I want to be content. I want to go and have a fuck. That's what I want. I want to have a good life. I want my sanity. I want to have fun. So guys, like, subscribe, tell your friends. It's all good. I love you. Please like, subscribe, tell your friends, and don't be afraid to get a paid review done. $50 US. I'll tell you what I think of your collection. I'll give you my honest to God opinion. If it's shit, I'll tell you it's fucking garbage. If I love it, I'll say, hey man, I really love this shit. But I'm not going to lie to you. So, I tell you what, guys, this is the way to go. ArchieLuxury on the Poor Pluta channel. Please get a paid review done now. $50 US. And if you've been fucked over by Corona, 25. Hi guys, ArchieLuxury. And who do I recommend in America? In America, who do I recommend for quality pre-owned wristwatches? David SW, David SW, David SW. Go to davidsw.com. He is the best, the greatest pre-owned dealer in all of the United States of America. David SW, David SW, David SW. Hello. How are you? Hey, not too bad. So you surviving this coronavirus? And there we go, one of the most beautiful Pateks of modern times, a key reference point in Patek history, the 5035, proudly part of the ArchieLuxury wristwatch collection.
Boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, once again, Mark Goldberg for ArchieLuxury AC3, the Pontiff Satan de Ville. I want to sincerely thank you for having sat through this video because I know it was awful, but you know what? You do it for the greater good of humanity. Thank you so much. Now, a couple of quick pieces of homework. Now that you've watched this video, I would like you to hit thumbs up. If you must, hit thumbs down, but if you'd hit thumbs up, I would especially appreciate it. Go ahead and leave a really nasty comment and tell him how awful this content was, but most importantly of all, the entire reason that I am linking up with ArchieLuxury in the first place. I am a published author, Let Dogs Be Dogs, available in bookstores, Amazon, and electronically somewhere near you. Remember, ArchieLuxury, he's not just a figment of your imagination.